What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Immortal X-Men issue number 16. The fall of X has been devastating for all of mutant kind. Charles Xavier doing everything he can so he can protect Krakoa, but that hasn't stopped Selene and Sebastian Shaw from throwing everything they can, trying to take the island cause Shaw, he wants the resources. He wants to mine it for everything and anything that may be of value to him, and so now they are more than ready to take the fight directly to Charles. Meanwhile, Exodus, Hope, and all of the mutants, though they were once lost in the desert, Mother Righteous came to be their savior. She brought them to the oasis. But even in this oasis, they still need to try and find a way to get out of here, a way to be free. Before they can do this, they must fight against Satan. And Satan comes in the form of the one and only Apocalypse. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we dive into this one, we are picking up with Shaw and Selena. And Selena, what she's been trying to get out of this is the external gate. They have been sending in everything they can, and every single time they do, it just gets decimated. At this point, Shaw is even recognizing that they have pushed Charles too far. But over at Shaw Industries, Shaw has something up his sleeve. Something that he has been keeping secret. Something just for a rainy day. And that, of course, is his Hellfire armor. Designed himself, commissioned and built for whenever he needs it. But Selene does question, why don't we just send in the Stark Sentinels? And while Sebastian says Orcus, they would love that. But Krakoa belongs to him. He plans to exploit it. He is not going to let Orcus touch it. As he hops into his Hellfire armor, the two of them take off. They head off to face against Charles Xavier. And when they arrive on scene on Krakoa, Sebastian Shaw lets loose. Everything in his arsenal he throws at Charles. And so now Charles, he is on the defensive. He is on the run. As their battle continues on, we pick up with Apocalypse. And for all of us that thought this was Apocalypse, it is not. As we are shown nowhere and no when. He says that he is not Apocalypse, but he is something grander, and he feels like Apocalypse would approve. He is here for a purpose. He is here to test them on the road to revelation. And I feel like the word revelation used here, it means the road to the real Apocalypse. Eventually, they're all gonna understand. But right now, they find themselves in a danger room. A danger room where they will not survive the experience. This is where we are shown Egg. Now Egg, he is currently wrapped up, and there are a bunch of individuals that are dragging him off, thinking that this was going to be his end. From the sky, we have the arrival of Exodus and Hope. As Exodus grabs hold of Egg and goes to take off, that is where a Wolverine comes out of the sand, but it is quickly struck down by Hope. But this day is more than a victory, because they have found the last of the five. Egg was the last one. The Eternal Gang is back together. Resurrection is back on the board. The only problem, they are nowhere and no when. So while Resurrection may work, they don't know who is left standing. They can't simply start resurrecting everybody. Not until they know who is actually alive and who is not. But today is a good day, because mutants that are dying here and nowhere and no when, they are able to bring them back. Everybody enjoys the festivities. Mother Righteous more than most, because Mother Righteous has been getting thanks. 250,000 mutants. It's almost like they worship her. And just recently, she has got another vision of another lost mutant, giving the location of where this mutant is. Destiny continues to let everybody know that she cannot be trusted, that she is hiding much more than her mutant ability. But right now, Exodus and Hope, the way they see it, she is useful. She has returned the five to them. She has returned immortality. And Hope tells her that it would be a lot easier if you would let us read your mind. Destiny says that you can trust me or you don't. But the things I know, they would burn your skin from the very bones, render the skies asunder. That if you were to look into my mind, you would endanger everything just by taking a peek. More than anything, she is just telling Exodus and Hope to be careful. With Exodus and Hope flying off, Destiny is the one that is left behind in some kind of control as the temporary leader while the two of them are away. And so as they go to rescue this lost mutant, we pick up on Krakoa. Charles Xavier unable to do any kind of psychic attack to Shaw. We see that Shaw is pushing Charles to Selene. As they attack him, we see that things are going really bad for Charles. He calls out to Emma, asking what does Shaw want, trying to figure out what his overall goal here is. With Emma giving him a download of information, this is where he learns that Fisk has stolen the Hellfire Club, and Charles using the full extent of his power, able to block through any blockers that Shaw might have. He lets Shaw know that he has harvested the passwords for a dozen key Hellfire accounts, that Shaw can start to take back control, that it might be a battle, but with this information, he will be able to start to win. Only if he acts right now. He tells Shaw to go recover the club. Krakoa will still very much be here when you're done. And so Shaw, he says to Selene that my systems are going haywire, that you were right, he was able to get through my psi shield. With all of the missiles coming down on Selene, she is rendered unconscious. He says that he will pacify her, because all she wants is the gate. To let us do that and you can keep this island to yourself, at least until he is done with Fisk. Charles letting it be known that they will know that you have the passwords if you double-cross me. Shaw agreeing to this deal, but making note that I hate to think that what we have unleashed on this world, Charles may have always been manipulative, but a murderous individual he has never been. Even Selene squirmed when she saw the bodies. But Charles doesn't understand this, because from what he understands, he hasn't killed anybody. But this is what takes us to nowhere and no win. Exodus and Hope flying through the desert, and who do they find? They find Jean Grey. But Jean's mind isn't right. In fact, she is speaking about what is going on in her little mini-series, the Jean Grey series. As Hope says that they are missing something. She's not sure what it is, but something is missing in all of this. This is where Apocalypse arrives. This is where their Satan appears. The first one he grabs is Exodus. He takes Exodus and slams him on the ground, tossing him away. Hope is trying to figure out what the heck is going on, because there appears to be a chain around Jean Grey, but Exodus doesn't even know what's happening. Now, he's had visions of this place a long time ago. If he is understanding things correctly, Exodus thinks of him as his Satan, with Exodus in the hands of Apocalypse. He says that revelation awaits you as he speaks to Hope. Hope has no idea what is going on, but she's gonna figure it out. This is where she goes to read the mind of Jean Grey. In doing so, there is a huge blast coming from both of them, but she is okay. Jean Grey is not. Her mind is on fire. It is burning. It is so hot that it is beyond hot. She knows where they are, but she doesn't know what it means. Turning to Exodus, she asks the question, what is the hot white room? This is the revelation. This is the experience they will not survive, because no one survives revelation. The person that you were is dead and gone forever. In their place, someone stronger. But one thing is for certain, revelation cannot be denied. As she has her revelation, we pick up with Charles Xavier. Making his way around Krakoa, he sees footsteps. Not really sure who they belong to or what is going on. As he makes his way down into a cave system, he looks into the mirror, and what he sees is the Diamond of Sinister, written on the mirror, saying, "Don't kill yourself, please." And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Man, is this an interesting turn of events. So nowhere and no when is the hot white room. That is where they are, all of our mutants. Many people didn't really know about this place, and I find this quite interesting because with Emma Frost and Iron Man just getting married, Iron Man wants to create a suit out of Mysterium. The Mysterium comes from the hot white room, so there is a very likely possibility that Emma Frost and Iron Man will find our lost mutants in the desert. But the revelation coming to Hope that this hot white room has been kept secret, that's a revelation, one that she plans to go and dive deep into. But more than that revelation is Charles Xavier. It appears that he has not been the one killing people. It has been Sinister all along. But to what extent? The last time we saw Sinister, he was locked away inside the pit. I think that there are two plausible scenarios for this situation, because if you read Sabretooth and the Exiles, you saw that they were kind of able to appear as ghosts on the island. They were able to communicate with people in doing this. So there's a possibility that Sinister is still down in that pit. In fact, both of my theories still have him down in the pit, but it doesn't mean that he can't have influence from inside the pit. But then there is the more likely theory. The theory that Sinister did infect Charles Xavier. If this were the case, then many individuals on the Quiet Council may still be infected with the Sinister gene. And I think that this is more likely the possibility, because why would he say don't kill yourself unless Sinister is actually there inside of his mind? Could it be that Sinister might be the salvation of mutant kind? That would be an interesting turn of events, especially considering everything that happened in the sins of Sinister. But Rasputin, she's not gonna be happy to see that Sinister will have his return. We're gonna have to see what role Sinister's gonna play, whether he has a hold of Charles or whether he is talking from the grave, if you will. But they were not lying when they said that this was Revelations. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything that has been going on with this series, with the Fall of X, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with the X-Men. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.